feeling, buddy?
Finally, kind of like a human again, but now
Mm-hmm.
also, I think I got a cold. I think you
Dude,
gave me your cold somehow from thousands of miles away.
is it
It's good.
thousands or is it like 500? Well, I
No,
would
what 500?
just
No,
to
because
give you my cold.
like the state of Nebraska is like 400 miles, more than 400.
Well, the Earth's only like 8,000 miles
You know, man, when
across.
you're in Mother Ocean, like nautical miles, man.
I can
Just
I can
nautical.
tell you're not feeling 100% because that was very lackluster, but you really went for it, and I appreciate that.
The heart was there. The body wasn't.
The gut wasn't.
No. So yes, I got. We're recording this a week later.
My
Because
anxiety is through the roof, by the way. That's why I'm wearing a black shirt. I am sweating. I'm like, we need to get an episode out.
Yes. I had food poisoning.
You did.
And
Circus
thought
peanuts?
Oh, see, circus peanuts. I think I know what's going to happen. Like I can mentally prepare for like it's not food poisoning level. Like I'll get like my tummy will hurt and I might throw up,
Okay.
but I know what's expected. This
Sure.
food poisoning was just out of nowhere and terrible.
What caused it?
Local Mexican restaurant.
Oh, I wish you could tell me off air who it was.
Yeah. And like we've been there several times too.
Lincoln?
In Lincoln, yeah.
Abelardo's.
No, like an actual like local good Mexican restaurant.
Not your typical restaurant.
Restaurant, yes. See, this is
Carlos
why I only
O'Kelly's.
eat at Taco Bell. It's never made me sick.
How long were you out for?
Oh, like I didn't eat for 48 hours, and then the day after still wasn't 100%, and then finally kind of felt like a human again.
Yeah.
It was like a point where like I was like, do I go to the hospital?
No shit.
I was like so dehydrated. Like my legs, I wouldn't move. My leg would
My legs.
pretty much. It was if I was on the Oregon Trail, I would have died of dysentery.
Yeah.
That's where I was. Like,
is that what they were doing on the Oregon Trail? Just eating really bad Mexican food?
Apparently, tamales from this restaurant.
What do you think? It was a tamale? Was it chicken?
I think it was. No, I think it was pork.
You got listeria or something?
I think it was pork. Let's just say that.
Yeah, they claimed it was pork. Who knows? What do you think? Do you think that on average, and maybe I won't lead the witness. I was going to give you two options. What cuisine in America specifically do you think causes the most outbreaks of food poisoning? Like which type of cuisine?
Ooh.
If you had to guess. I don't know the answer. This is purely conversational.
I feel like any answer I give besides white people food is going to be racist.
That's on you.
I know. I'm trying to think of me personally what I've gotten the most food poisoning from. I would say of any food or like chicken. Chicken,
sure.
I feel gives the most food poisoning.
That is the most political answer you could have given, by the way. Not a cuisine, just a type of meat.
Well, and then based off of that, like what is most like? I'm also trying to think of what my friend wise who's got the most like food poisoning, and they're like it was the chicken.
Yeah, don't eat the chicken. Shout out Surf Ninjas.
Some type of like fried chicken too, like not like like I could see people getting like food poisoning from like Cane's, from like a underfried chicken finger.
I think fried chicken is a fair assessment because, you know, what are you going to do? Break it open to check that it's cooked, or are you just going to hope for the best? You know, I think a lot of especially fast food is just throwing it in the fryer for 6-7 minutes, 6-7, and then
6-7,
throwing it into the cardboard and calling it a day.
Yeah,
I would say.
Bless you.
Now I have food poisoning.
Oh.
I would say probably if I had to choose a cuisine, it would be between Indian food or Chinese food.
That Yes, I would agree.
Those are
I
the
think.
two that I've gotten sick from. I don't really get sick from much else except for those two. They're also some of
Uh,
my favorite foods. So
yeah.
the barrier of entry on getting sick is higher or lower because I eat it so much.
And I also feel like I've gotten food poisoning from like truck food,
Truck food.
like from like a taco truck or like
Oh, truck food. I was thinking like semis. It's like, what are you
I
talking
think
about?
no, like yeah,
Beef jerky?
truck. Maybe it's because like I know like there are great, amazing food trucks out there that
hmm
do follow all the. But I think it's a little easier to let things be a little more lax in a truck.
Well, I can tell you why if you're looking for the reasoning behind it.
Why is that?
The reasoning is because a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times they're not cooking in the truck. They're cooking
Oh,
in a commissary kitchen.
and they're heating up.
That kitchen doesn't get the health inspector in there.
Really?
The truck where you're serving food has the health inspector.
Ah,
So you can keep the truck spotless, but if your cooking habits are bad in the
and
actual kitchen, that's where
yes,
you run into problems, especially like, and generally it's not bad cooking habits, it's bad hygiene and bad storage. People don't know how to store
storage.
the food.
That was going to be my guess. Would be storage, especially on a
hmm
truck. Like
Yeah.
things get left out probably maybe a little longer than they should. Especially like if the truck is in the dead heat of summer
hmm
in anywhere,
And,
it's
my personal experience, because I worked on one for over 2 years, the truck can just die.
yeah,
It just dies, and then you don't
well
have the
in
refrigeration
the
anymore,
fridge.
you know?
Yep, I didn't think
So,
about that. Yeah, just you run out of like gas.
yeah, run out of gas, or the battery dies and then all of your electronics go with it.
Yeah,
So it's no easy feat. I know for a long time having a food truck was my ultimate dream, and then I worked on one, and it wasn't. I was just like the manager of it, and I was like,
yeah.
I would never own a food truck anymore.
It sounds not the best.
Yeah.
Like, and so
So what kind of food poisoning?
I
All
don't
diarrhea
know.
or a mixture?
Both. I threw up
Oh,
first. I
okay.
birthed. I birthed everywhere.
You birthed.
That was more of it was birthing.
Yeah.
And
Did you
yeah,
have
so
the
like
dreaded because you're barfing, you shit your pants?
I did not. I will say I did not poop myself, and I
Okay.
only throw up in like the toilet or a bucket.
Okay. You got lucky then, because that's the worst kind of food poisoning, when you're heaving so hard that you just shit.
I got close. I would say there
Yeah.
was a time where I was pooping and throwing up at the same time, but
You're like, luckily my sphincter control is on point.
apparently that's one good thing about my shitty stomach is
It's shitty, literally.
my yeah it yeah, not eating for a few days was not. And then like when you try to go back to eating, you can eat like one bite and you're like, I'm full.
Or you get the Damien effect, where you haven't eaten for 48 hours because you're sick. Then you feel better, so you
And then you
just
eat too
house
much.
yeah you house an entire meal, and then you throw up, just not because you're still sick, but because you just gorged
Yeah.
yourself. That's my classic.
Yeah. And I think I was just like also by the time like where I wasn't like throwing I think my body was just so malnourished
Yeah.
that like all I could do was sleep.
Were you
Like
taking a lot of salt water?
as much as I could, and even that's not enough. Wasn't enough. Like I
Yeah.
was going through liquid IVs like crazy, and it still like wasn't making a dent.
Yeah. Yeah, that
It's
sucks. I
that's where
don't.
I was like debating. I was like not from like the food poisoning of being like sick, but I was just so dehydrated. I was like, I think I might need to go get an IV
Yeah.
kind of situation. But then I was like, can I just go to the doctors and be like, one IV, please?
I
Like,
think you can order one to your house now.
well, probably in LA. I know in LA they have like bigger cities. Like I have friends in Chicago, and they have to have them in LA where they do like where it's more of a not an actual hospital, but like a Uber, like
It's
Uber,
yeah.
like
You're
guy.
like yeah. You're doing like Task Rabbit. Who can
Essentially,
come
yeah.
give me an IV?
I think yeah, for like more for like hangovers. I know people will like schedule those for like the day after like a bachelor party or something. And
Yeah,
like
I've heard it doesn't really do much.
the IVs.
Yeah.
I guess like if you're hungover, like it's good to get the fluids back in. But
Sure, but as far as how you feel, I mean, I don't know
yeah,
that it helps,
you're
especially
still
if you're sick. It's like I don't think
like
it's going to help you feel better.
yeah, you're still poisoning yourself. I think that also was the thing of being like the food poisoning felt like I was just really, really hungover in
Hmm.
some aspects, and it was like, but also without like the guilt of being like when I usually have hangovers, like I deserve this. This was
Yeah,
on me, but like food poisoning was just like, why me?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's actually part of my thing. Is I was in that headspace this morning of, well, I did it to myself.
Yeah, I think that's a
You
lot
know,
easier to deal with a hangover that way when it's like the guilt of it, the Midwest guilt of being hungover versus. And then, of course, because my body went through all that, it was very weakened, and so my immune system was fucked. So now I got a cold,
yep.
and so now I'm all sniffly.
Well, it's funny too because I think that like be having a cold or whatever is going on right now is international because
Yeah,
we're supposed to have a guest the same
yeah,
day that you told me you were sick and couldn't record. We were supposed to have a guest, and
yeah,
so I was like, all right, I'll just do it. I'll just reach out to him and
mhm,
just let him know it's just going to be us two.
yeah,
And he responded with, bro, I'm sick too, actually. As a matter of fact,
yeah.
all the way over in the UK,
I don't know
and
how we
he's
got the
still
same
sick.
Mexican restaurant. Didn't know they were international that way.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we're not that anybody knows, but that's the reason why we're behind on episodes is because uh, we had 2 dropouts in the same week.
Yeah,
So we're back, baby.
kind of.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're here.
I
We're
guess.
present at least.
Yes, we're here.
Speaking of being sick and poop, I actually had a thought while we were talking about this.
Yeah,
I think we should bring back calling people turds.
I'm 100% for that.
I love
It's
that insult. Stop being such a turd.
it's so innocent, but also cuts so deep.
Like you do not want to be called a turd.
It's not a pleasant term, or like
It's not.
what was another one like along those lines? I heard like a
Jerk is another one.
jerk is a good, but something with turd. It was like turd eater, but not eater.
Turd
Like
burglar.
turd burglar. Yeah, what is a turd burglar? Is someone who comes in and steals the turds?
Yes. Like the tooth fairy.
The turd burglar.
Yeah.
Comes.
Like the wet bandits.
We did okay. That does in the fraternity. We had someone notoriously known as God. What would we call it? The shit bandit? I think who it was, who would poop and not flush.
Who was it? Have they
We
been
had
on
a-
this podcast?
No,
Ah,
it was.
can they be?
No, God, no, not the alleged shit bandit. But so with fraternities, you have like a weekly meeting where everyone comes and like it's
You'll
part
come
of the
together?
shtick. Yes, we all come together. It's very cathartic.
It's really bonding.
But so you have like an executive board kind of thing. But so we had like a guy who like took care of the house. But each week you would have like an update of like a fucking like always sunny board of like, okay, the shit bandit has hit again.
Today's agenda, shit bandit.
Essentially,
Stop.
I think the worst part was like there was always poo, but no toilet paper.
Oh, they're ghost wiping?
Who knows? Or did they flush somehow where it was just the toilet paper went?
No,
Were they
it's a show of power.
like it was just so funny though. It'd be like you would just hear a scream from the bathroom of someone like he's struck again.
It's a power move, dude. To take a massive dump and walk out of there without wiping just so people see. You don't want anything obfuscating the view. You know what I mean?
Or we had a theory where he would poop in one toilet and then wipe in the other.
Likely, yeah.
Because like fraternity bathrooms are like kind of stuff like public bathrooms where there's multiple poopers.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that shit. It was the poop bandit.
The poop bandit.
The poop bandit, because it was just so funny. So yeah, there's like official minutes of the poop bandit.
Is this our most immature 15-minute start to any podcast that we've ever done?
I feel like we've done worse. We've talked about me having to poop at a McDonald's.
Burgers on the Shitter.
Burgers on the Shitter. Call back. Check out that episode.
That's a great one. There's two of those actually. I believe. I think there's a follow up to that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it. It's probably me going and having to poop in an Arby's.
Welcome back to Remain Rome Return, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like, subscribe, follow. Send this episode particularly to everyone. Make them watch and listen to this, because if this isn't gonna get you listening, nothing will.
Yeah, we've had everything in this, Poop Bandits.
Yeah.
Oregon Trail,
food poisoning.
I was leaving a trail, if you know what I mean, baby.
So, you sent me something. You sent me this concert announcement that is happening.
Yes.
In
Someone
Omaha.
sent it to me. One of our listeners, one of our active listeners.
And
Let me see
I will tell you, you sent it to me, but you were one of 5 people who sent me that. And anybody who's listening could probably venture a guess of what the band is that's coming to the Admiral in April. But it is the Insane Clown Posse.
So Damien's dad's performing.
Yep, go see Papa.
Go see Papa. I don't know. I don't know, Damien. We've
think you should
talked
go.
about it. I think you should come fly into Omaha.
Honestly,
I don't know if you could take the heartbreak of finding out he's either way, if he is your or isn't your dad. I don't know what would be worse.
I would be nervous that I think we probably have a restraining order at this point.
That would also be like they scan my ID somehow when I like check in or buy tickets. So like he's on the list.
Yeah.
They saw our clip. And yes, I'm using a hanky. Right
of course you are. I was just going to bring that up. That is the most Midwest dad shit I've ever seen in my life.
They have hankies.
And I don't understand how hankies got so popular, because all you're doing is just wiping your nose and then putting it somewhere. Like you're just setting it down. It's like, just use a Kleenex and throw it in the garbage. These are one-use items.
So
I bet you put the condom back on afterwards, don't you?
Rinse her out, baby. Reuse, recycle, whatever.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, baby. That's what we're about here.
You don't do that. I thought that's what you had to do in California, man.
Save the turtles,
Save the turtles from the condoms. They need to be fucking so they make more turtles.
That's true. That is preservation when you think about it.
Yeah, they don't like you threw your condoms away and they go into the ocean, and then like the turtles don't need to be having safe sex.
That's true.
They're endangered. You want to give the turtle Plan B?
I mean, I might. I don't want a bunch of little baby turtle Damiens running around.
Man, that's illegal in Nebraska, though, to give turtles Plan B.
Only if they find out. Cut that. Anyways, back to back to the Insane Clown Posse. When I was sent that, I was actually very shocked that they're playing at the Admiral and not at a bigger venue. I was like, they could at least sell out, I don't know. Is there a slightly bigger venue than that? Like a theater or something?
Yeah, they're not going to be playing the Orpheum. They're not going to. The Orpheum would be like, we would have to reupholster every seat in this establishment.
Yeah, I guess you probably can't have seated
no, they need
tickets
a place.
that.
They need a place that they can hose down afterwards.
That's a good point.
And
That's
the Admiral is just actually I haven't been to the Admiral since it changed from Sokol to the Admiral.
Mm-hmm.
But Sokol would work because I think like that place you're just like, we're just gonna hose every surface down.
Yeah, I've been there so many times. I'm like, ICP spraying Faygo everywhere is probably the least of their worries.
Yeah, no, that yeah. So and I don't think they're like you can't do a theater and then any other like arena. I guess you could do the Ralston Arena. Ralston Arena sounds actually appropriate.
That actually would be a good one. What's that new one they just built too? in downtown Omaha.
Oh, Steelhouse.
Steelhouse, they could do that.
Yeah, that might be the same size as. I'm not sure how much bigger than Sokol it is. It's definitely a standing room only.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering, that's owned by Ticketmaster or whatever. Live
Is it
Nation.
really?
And Admiral's independent, so I wonder if that's also a difference.
That's a good point. I did not realize that. I didn't realize Steelhouse is owned by the fucking scumbags that are.
Most concert
them.
venues really are.
That's
or
so
have
shitty.
deals. Yeah, so they built a. Yeah, it's owned by them for sure, and so
Okay,
it's a little sad. So
that sucks.
no, they picked the right place, I think, and so.
Well, you know ICP, man. They're always doing the moral thing.
I feel like they are.
They are. I'm. That's not sarcastic.
Like we talk a lot of shit about. Pardon my French. About.
We talk a lot of turd. You mean?
A lot of turd. Yes.
We're bringing back turd.
But they're not turds.
They're not turds. I mean, they're kind of turds.
Yeah, that's a pricey ticket for ICP.
How much is it?
With fees, $62.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to remember the history
prices.
of them, though.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if they had a higher ticket price because they're in a smaller venue.
Maybe, yeah. Also, you got to get more bang for your buck, kind of. But how much are the fees? Is it ticket only $50?
Yeah, $12 fee, $13
so
fees.
$50 is actually very reasonable.
Yeah, not enough for me to go see.
But imagine they're fans, you know.
That's well,
$50 is nice.
Will their parole officers let them go?
Well, if they're leaving Iowa, no. Yeah. But that's why I was thinking Steelhouse too, because that's really close to the Iowa border. You can get more people, you know.
But also, I feel like the area around Sokol or the Admiral is very ICP. Like,
that's very
that neighborhood. True. Like they can just walk there. They don't have to like get another DUI or anything.
You remember that Burger King?
Oh God,
that Burger King across the way. They hate working there. Everybody who works at that Burger King is like, "Fuck this job."
I wouldn't doubt it because like it's. I wonder if that Burger King's still there.
It's gotta be. I mean, they do so much business just because they're the only food there.
Well, there's a McDonald's like down the road, but I also feel like
it's a longer walk though.
That's true.
Because you can see the Burger King from the front door of the Admiral.
That's true. They would tow everybody.
Yeah.
Oh?
Yeah, don't park your car at that Burger King.
God, yeah. I know people bitch about parking in the Midwest. Yep, it's still open.
Of course. That's one of the highest revenues in Omaha for Burger King, I bet. I would actually put money on that.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Also, the McDonald's it's not that much further to the McDonald's looking at the map. It's like 4 blocks.
Yeah, but you can't see it the way that you can see the Burger King. Like I wouldn't just start walking to a McDonald's I couldn't see.
That's true. It is right there.
Yeah.
And there's that little bar.
Yeah, that's right. Too. I think the Admiral's a pretty good venue. I always had fun there.
I have a very soft spot for it because like for a lot of bands that we really like, that's where they play. I think the lineups have gotten. Also, we're getting older, so of course the lineups aren't for us anymore. But like, I felt like I got to see so many of my favorite bands there.
Yep,
because they came through there, and I feel like now I'm very fortunate if there is a band I like that's coming through the area. I don't know if Omaha is just not as hot ticket as it was back in the day.
I just think again, we're not in the zeitgeist of it anymore. We're not paying attention like we used to. But all the metal bands came to either Sokol or Sokol Underground. And if it wasn't that, it was the Roxbury or the what was it? The Roxbury. Is that what it was called?
Where at?
I can't remember now. It's been so long since I've been around that area. But they closed it. No, maybe I'm thinking the Night at the Roxbury. But I think there was like the Rock or the Roxbury or something like that. That was always a good.
Yeah. Okay, the Roxbury. Yeah, it was like
on 72nd.
Yeah, and it was like in a movie. I want to say it was like Christian. I'm remembering it, but like I feel like it was like owned by like a church or something. Or maybe I
Oh
went
well, there
there.
was some unholy music that came through there.
Yes. Yes, I do remember it. I remember it being like, I feel like it was like an old movie theater, like an
Yes,
old one screen movie theater.
I think you're right. Yeah, but I loved that venue too because I lived right down the street from it for a few years, so I could just walk up there for concerts.
Yes, I
That was
do
nice.
remember that. And then, of course, the waiting room I saw.
Oh yeah, yeah, the waiting room. That's good. But yeah, so you sent me that, and about 5 other people sent me that concert poster, and I was like, honestly, if I still lived in Omaha, I would 100% go to that show.
Are they coming to LA? That's the big question.
If so, I may have to
See
purchase a
the
ticket.
tour. Let's see. They're going to be in Davenport, Iowa, baby.
Oh, there you go. That's more your speed.
They are going to be in LA. They're going to be at the Novo. I've never heard of that one.
Never heard of it.
It is April 18th.
Huh. Well,
Uh,
tune in, listeners, and around the April timeline to find out if I went or not. I'm very
And,
highly considering it.
That would be pretty great.
Very highly considering it.
Interesting, on the ICP website, they don't list the Omaha concert.
That's funny. They're like, yeah, I mean, if you're there, you're there.
You're like, they're probably like, you're gonna know about it. Like,
Yeah, you know, man, when you're in Omaha, you just kind of stumble into these things, man.
they just put out the fucking Running Man symbol or whatever it's called.
Oh, the Hatchet Man?
Yeah, is that what it's called? Hatchet
Yeah,
Man?
the psychopathic Hatchet Man. Oh, you mean like the Batman symbol, but it's the
Yeah,
Hatchet Man?
but
That's
yeah.
actually funny. That's a good bit. Juggalos assemble.
They just put it on the fucking cans of Fago like they used to do.
Yes.
It's Worlds of Fun coupons. Also, deep cut.
Deep cut from this podcast. Damn,
That is a
I remember
deep
that.
cut.
You know, I was thinking about that too. Why wouldn't ICP just collab officially with Fago? They're the only reason people buy Fago.
Well, it's also at the dollar. So do you buy at the dollar store?
It's true. But I only would buy it because, like, it's not good soda.
Sometimes it's like, depends on the flavor.
I hate it.
You
I've had orange and grape.
The grape's not bad.
It's
See,
terrible.
You're not getting the was it cotton candy?
Oof.
It's fluorescent blue.
If I can extrapolate the flavor from the grape and assume what that tastes like, I can only imagine my teeth would rot out of my head.
Oh, they got. I wonder what other Fago flavors they got.
I think we've done this on a previous episode, actually.
I feel like we have. The root beer's not bad.
Okay, I would try that one just because I'm
the
a root
cotton
beer
candy,
stan.
They have a bubble pop
Bubbleating.
that's like a bubblegum flavored.
That's funny.
Ohana peach melon.
Oh, Hana.
Firework.
Huh.
Cream soda, cola,
Okay.
raspberry blueberry,
Ugh.
jazz and blues berry, ginger ale.
Okay, the ginger ale I would try. But ginger ale, when it's super sugary, is bad.
Yeah, it's they have a lot of flavors.
Huh. Yeah, I think they should do a collab.
I'm very shocked they have. Ooh, they have a candied apple. That one would make me vomit.
Yeah, dude.
What
That's
is called
bad.
60-40?
Well, you heard it here. 60-40.
Oh man.
Is that the likelihood that one of their fans has a felony?
It's gotta be up there.
That's a good bit.
That is a good bit.
Pulled that out of my ass.
Oh,
We're trying to keep it interesting. We're all recovering. I'm recovering from sickness as well. We're trying our best here.
We are. We're yeah.
So anyways, have you ever worked anywhere that you're like either proud or afraid? Because I was thinking about the Admiral, right? Do they have like a uniform if you work there, or is it just a t-shirt or something? Like, how do people know you work there?
I think it's just probably they probably don't have a uniform. They probably don't even have name tags. When was the last time you wore a work name tag?
Last time I wore a work name tag. Oh man, I don't even
Probably one of your restaurant jobs, right? Even then?
even then probably not. I mean, maybe Taco Bell,
I'm trying to think. I
but you
think
only had to wear
what
name tags when you worked up front, and I didn't work up front very often.
I think one of my more professional recent jobs I had technically a name tag, but that was if I was like having to go like talk to a different like
Mhm.
trying to not say my job, but what my jobs
Yeah.
were.
I guess
My
I have a
job.
badge
But this one was
currently.
like a very professional name tag for like,
Mm,
it says like my name had my name and like title, but it was
got it.
also like because I would be going to like I worked for such a big
Mhm.
thing, so they knew who like
And you're talking name tag with the pin in it, right? Where you have to pin it
yeah,
through. Yeah,
yeah,
that's I would have to say that's got to be Taco Bell.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Taco Bell or Potbelly
Where it's
probably.
like they're not actually paying to have it like inscribed just as a fucking label maker on like
Yes.
someone's old name.
Correct. Yeah, it's just, labeled over it, but yeah, besides the badge, I haven't had one in a very long time, but the reason we ask is because you brought up
Yes.
a fun thing, so I'll let you talk about
Yeah,
that.
so I was just thinking like I was of course going to Runza as I usually do.
Oh, Runza probably I had to wear one. Yeah, for sure, cuz
Yes.
I was so
Yep.
young I worked up front. Yeah.
I without realizing it left decked out in a lot of my like work gear. Like so I work for a startup, so of course they give us like all the free gear
Right.
with like the branding on it. And so I was like wearing a sweatshirt and wearing a hat with my company's name on it. And I think like, but they gave us like vest this year.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I was wearing all three by accident. And I was like, oh Jesus. And I was like, well, also it's like good quality stuff. I'm like, okay. So I wear a lot of my work stuff just because it is fairly comfortable and like it's just there and free. And
Yeah.
I can like, and I work from home. So I just throw it on and like no one complains. I don't have to wear like business casual.
Mhm.
But then I was like, as I was doing, I was like looking down, and then I looked at the fucking uh Runza worker in his like dorky hat and
Yeah.
like apron and like very like work polo. Work
Mhm.
polos are the fucking worst.
And all restaurant jobs are work polos.
Yes. Why a polo?
I
Like,
don't know because I think it's the illusion of like corporate,
yeah,
like we have to have a uniform and something with a collar looks more professional. I think.
yeah. I guess that is like because yeah, you want everyone to look again uniform. It's in the
Right.
fucking
And
name
presentable.
and presentable and it's but also like when you would leave your work job, would you immediately change in your car?
No.
You just go do stuff in your work uniform. Like I'm thinking of the example where like I worked at the movie theater throughout high school and a little bit of college, and it's like, okay, I got off at 10. I'm going to my friend's house to hang out. Are you going in your work uniform or are you
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like if you have
yeah,
something to do after work.
yes, versus just
No.
going directly home.
The reason is because again, I worked in the kitchens.
Yeah.
So if I were to wear that, I'd walk into somebody's house and they'd be like, "Dude, come on."
You smell
You smell
like
like
French
fryer
fries.
oil and
Yeah.
grease. You know what I mean? So no, but like if I was just getting in my car and going home, I just
Yeah.
go home. But yeah, no, you can't show up to a party in your work. And now I've done it,
Yes.
but genuinely it was very rare because I'm like, ugh, and you just have to shower after that,
Yeah.
you know? So no, I generally would not just show up to stuff in my work uniform. Usually, there were a
Yeah.
couple of times where there was a big party going on, and generally it was at my house.
Yeah.
So my roommates would be throwing a party. I had to work until like midnight.
Yeah.
So I'd come home, there'd be a party, and I would just start drinking in my work outfit because I'm like, oh, I'll have a couple drinks to get ready. But then I'd always go shower and come back out.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to like miss the most
Yeah.
important part of the night.
Yeah. I was just thinking for me, like some of my jobs, what I would do is I would take off like the work polo, but go somewhere, but still have my like work pants on.
Yeah, the work pants usually made an appearance half the time
Yes, and
because they were
then
just like black slacks. So I was like, whatever.
yeah.
You
Or
know?
sometimes when I worked at the movie theater, I had the tuxedo, and so I would
Yeah.
sometimes go to places in a full tuxedo.
hmm No, one of my favorite things regarding work uniforms was because I worked in kitchens. They were always greasy and gross. And
Yeah,
after I would quit, I would just take them to a bonfire and use those as kindling. Like that's
yeah.
the fire starter because there's so much grease packed into those things. Even when you wash them,
You
it's
can't wash out
very
the grease.
flammable. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I would start fires with all my old uniforms. That was my favorite tradition.
cathartic.
Yeah.
Just
So every job I quit, bonfire. That was fun. But I think nowadays, when you get work stuff, it's different. Now that we're
yeah.
adults with a career, I think when you get work swag, you look at it differently because you're not wearing that to work, so the
No,
association's a little bit different.
you're not wearing it to have to work. I guess this is a different
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
And also, you're not getting it greasy.
true. That as well. But also the polos that you got working in restaurants were like that nasty, weird, like
God,
I don't even.
You're
It was almost plastic.
it was
You
like,
know,
what is this made? What is this made out of?
it's like mesh.
yeah, like a
You know?
weird, like not good dry fit mesh.
Yeah, like dry fit polyester with no cotton whatsoever. So it just
like-
absorbs everything. And I was like,
Oh.
I smell like shit. Why are you
Also,
making me wear
why
this?
is it was also heavy.
It
and,
was
like,
always
hot.
heavy. Yeah. Yeah, it just absorbed everything. Yeah, I hated those. But now, you work at these nice corporate places and
Yeah.
they do give you a polo, but it's a real actual
Yes.
nice polo that's comfortable.
It's an actual brand instead of like it's saying like Heinz. It's supposed to be Hanes or Heinz.
Is this a ketchup shirt? Ketchup
Hans?
made this?
Hans?
Hans Zimmer. But yeah,
Hans.
yeah, I do remember that where it was just like
Ugh.
just the smell of I bet it would rival the smell of that hanky you just wiped your nose with.
The hanky's not that bad, baby. Bring that
Yet.
out.
Not yet.
No, I wash them after like it. No, they don't get more use in a day.
I gotta say, man, washing those things is not good enough.
Not even in hot water.
Because you pull it out of the dryer and there's still like dried boogies on it.
No, what? I'm not getting boogies on it
What? Then why are you using it?
for drippies.
Oh, I always used to see people like digging and blowing into them, and I was like, dude.
No, this is because I have a cold and have a runny nose, and it's either that or like it just you just see my nose fucking like a leaking faucet,
Like a spigot.
just
Old spigot nose.
like fucking waterboarding my tummy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Clip it.
Clip it. So
Yeah, you were talking to me while I was deathly sick that you went to a quote unquote speakeasy.
yes, it was. We stumbled there because we were in downtown Covina, just hanging out like we do. We had dinner and we looked across the way, and there was this cute little door with like it's just a cute little facade. And I was like, I've never noticed that before. It's called Bravado. I don't know what that is.
So it
So
had
we
a sign.
It had like right over top of it, and you could see that it went inside, but then it came around the back. So there's like a back alley area, and we were like, what the hell? And so we walked in, and they just have, so you walk in and immediately there's this little cove where they stand to greet you.
Yeah.
And it's like sewing equipment. It's like a sewing store essentially. And then they have these red drapes to keep you from going forward. So you literally walk in, it's red drapes and then a desk and nothing else. We were looking around and they're like, hey, how are you? And I was like, good. We just saw this from across the way. Wasn't sure what this was. They're like, oh yeah, this is our soft opening. Would you like to go in? And we were like, sure. What is it? They're like, okay, follow me. And they walked us, they pulled the curtains back and walked us back. And there's this beautiful, like old school, very like dark, like dark red and
Yeah.
gray and gold accents of this beautiful bar that had these like booths attached to the wall. There
Yeah.
was some live music going on, and then this long bar that was the entirety of the establishment. And then on
Okay.
the other
Sounds
side of
cool.
that bar, it's out onto the patio. And it was really cool. I was like, I don't know that I'd call this a speakeasy, but it's really cool.
No, if it has a fucking patio, I don't think you can call it a fucking speakeasy.
Yeah, it's like a speakeasy theme, I suppose.
You went to a bar with a fancy entrance.
Yeah, that's true. A fancy bar with a fancy entrance.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much because I think when you texted me about it, I was like, did you go to a speakeasy or a bar that says it's a speakeasy? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think
the
that's
second
very
one.
distinct.
But the cocktails are fucking awesome.
I feel like okay, that is an aspect of a speakeasy. So like, I think my response to you initially was like, I think we're a little too loosey goosey with the term speakeasy nowadays.
I would agree with that.
It's. I would say the one in Lincoln is still a speakeasy, even though everyone knows about it. Because originally, like, there was that whole like millennial trend of being like legit kind of speakeasies where like it was kind of like the hipster thing and being like, oh, no one knows where it is. You have to have a secret password to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And then that became really trendy, and every bar was like, or a speakeasy now.
Right. Yeah, it's an easy way to get people through the door if you just call it a speakeasy.
Yeah, the one in Lincoln, I haven't been in a while. I would say was a pretty good true speakeasy of like you had to go through a back alley that was unmarked,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't have a sign outside. Like you would have no, it just has a door, and then it has a light outside of it, and is either red or green.
Mm-hmm.
If it's red, you can't go in, and then if it's green, then you can go in. And actually, I think maybe initially had a password, but I don't think anymore. But it does have like the little fucking door where someone like a security guard opens it like that, and he's like, "How many?"
That's
and
awesome.
he closes it and looks around, and then he's like, "Okay." And then you get in, and it is tiny.
Yeah.
It maybe holds 12 people.
That's the stuff that I like.
And then like the bar is tiny, and they only do cocktails.
Yep.
And like only what's on the menu. Like you can't even do like straight up any. It's only what's on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to pay in cash, and you're not allowed to use your phone.
That's awesome.
And then if you're too loud, they kick you out.
Oh wow.
Like an actual like speakeasy. Like you have to like it's very chill. Like you can't go if you're too drunk. Like we couldn't go if we were too drunk because we'd just be way too loud.
Yeah.
And the cocktails are like fairly expensive, but in like a good way because they are so delicious. Like
yeah,
they actually do for like an old fashioned light Rhine kind of.
That's
thing.
awesome. Yeah, I still think to this day the best speakeasy I've ever been to is called Needle and Thread in Seattle.
Ooh,
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, and
it's gonna guess that or New Orleans would have a good. New Orleans probably has a really good speakeasy.
I bet. I actually don't think we went to one in New Orleans, so we'll have to put that on the list for next time. But Needle and Thread is awesome because it is exactly what you're talking about. Like the entrance is in an alleyway, and it's just a silver sheet metal door.
Yep, that's how. Yeah, this place.
No sign, no nothing, and you have to knock on it. And just because you knock on it, that doesn't mean they're gonna answer.
Yeah.
And so it was raining, and there was a line of like 6 or 7 of us out there. We knock, nothing happens. 5 minutes goes by, a couple people leave. They're like, this probably isn't it. I don't give a shit. So we stay, and it's just the 4 of us. And finally the door opens, and like, how many? 4. Okay, follow me. And you go up this tiny little staircase. It's like, the Dundee stairs that are like straight up and tiny. It was like that. And you go up like 2 levels up the stairs, and you walk in, and they have this gorgeous fireplace going, but it maybe seats 20 people total.
That's exactly how this place is.
And it was like beautiful, old, playing like old timey music.
Yep.
But the thing that I love the most is that they do have a couple, like some lists of pre-made not pre-made cocktails, but cocktails you can order.
Yep.
But they also have this really cool, like circular book that has flavor profiles, types of alcohol, types of things. And they go, okay, what's your flavor profile? What kind of drink do you want, and what kind of flavor do you want with it?
Yeah.
And you can just pick at random, and they'll make you something on the spot.
Ooh,
that matches what you
that would
want.
be pretty
That's the
good.
coolest fucking. I talk about it constantly.
Yeah.
That's by far the coolest. If you're ever in Seattle, check out Needle and Thread.
Hopefully it's still there. Like, or
I think it's pretty well established.
is it pretty well known now?
Yeah,
That's
it
the
was
hard
awesome.
thing about like the cool things like that is sometimes it like gets too done where like hopefully like on a weekend, like, or even with this place in Lincoln, it's like if it's a weekend, I'm not going. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try. But if it's like a Tuesday, like Tuesday where nothing else is going on, then you have a good shot of getting in.
Yeah, I think we went on a Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was awesome, man. And that was when my sister and her husband were with us, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you're ever there,
true speakeasy is fun. Not all the time, and they
Yeah.
can feel like a little pretentious in some parts. But
yeah, I think what you were talking about, where it's like, oh, if you get too loud, they'll kick you out. I don't want that kind of pressure. I'm still looking to have a good time. So it was noisy and everybody was having a good time, and they didn't have any lights. It was just all candle and the fireplace. That was it.
This place has like, also it has like the most like gorgeous old school furniture.
They always have that.
Yeah.
That was the thing about this speakeasy here in Covina. It was very modern.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, well, that kind of defeats the purpose, but their cocktails are fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. That is also a key aspect of a good speakeasy is good cocktails.
Yeah, you don't go to a speakeasy to get beer.
They actually don't sell beer at that speakeasy.
Yeah, they shouldn't. I think they shouldn't serve anything but hard liquor.
Yeah.
Even wine, I would say, is off the table.
Because, yeah, I don't even think they really have, like, you know, a sink.
Yeah.
They probably do somewhere, but, like... Yeah,
you would have to do the dishes, but
yeah,
probably not in that area.
Yeah. And so, yeah, no, good speakeasies. Enjoy them.
Yeah. Well, that's it for me. I got a headache. You're sick. This is fun, but we got to get out of here. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode.
And the
like
guest?
Well, we've had a couple cancellations recently, so we'll see.
Got that flu.
Yeah, but like, subscribe, share the Fiji flu, and yeah, tell your mom about us. Bye.